Hello traders, and welcome to the Market Open Preview brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, welcome. It's June 24th, 2014 on a Tuesday as we hit our second day in our trading week. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. It is another great trading day ahead with many challenges, which we're going to talk about. Traders, before we move on, please let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I will be your moderator today and every trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in 2006. 2009, I retired. Traders, that was 2008. I retired, got on the big airplane, and came to Thailand for a 3-month vacation. Traders, 2014, and I am still here. Traders, I've been trading Forex as my second career, and it is absolutely awesome. I love doing my first career as a firefighter paramedic, and as a Forex trader, it is just absolutely wonderful. I love being in front of my charts, and I love educating and being with you on a daily basis. Okay, we've got some news to talk about today, and some numbers to spit out on the indices. However, let's take care of the legal stuff. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential of rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy-sell Forex investments. Traders, if you are using your expense money, maybe you need to take a deep breath and reevaluate what you're doing and go to a demo account until you can trade the Forex markets comfortably in your financial situation. All right, traders, let's head over to the news, and we're talking news events. Traders, let's talk about some of the indices and what they've closed at. The Dow Jones closed negative 0.06%, which is really not that bad. The Nasdaq closed up at 0.01%, and that's just barely. And the S&P 500 closed down 0.01%. Really nothing that's going to make a difference on that. Let's head over across the other side of the pound, and let's take a look at the FTSE 100 closed at 0.36% negative. The DAX was negative 0.66%, and the CAC 40 was negative 0.57%. The Euronext closed down 0.65%, and the Nikkei 225 closed up at 0.11%, which is currently trading, and the Shanghai, which is currently trading, is at 0.40%, and the Hang Seng, which is currently trading, is up 0.35%. So, across the board, the European zone numbers were pretty bad, and the U.S. numbers weren't that bad, but they really closed in the green barely on all fronts. All right, let's talk about today's news events. In the European session, we have the Great British Pound. Bank of England Governor Carney is speaking today, and also we have, out of the Eurozone, we have the German IFO Business Climate Index coming out. These are both high-impact news events, so keep an eye out for that. In the U.S. session, we have new home sales coming out, another high-impact data, as yesterday all the numbers out of the U.S. were very good, showing recovery in the United States. All right, traders, let's move along, and let us talk charts. Let's go over some charts. We're going to talk about two charts that we talk about pretty much on a regular basis. So let's head over to the beast, and that is the pound yen. This is the daily chart, and you can see on the pound yen daily chart that we are at resistance. I marked the high in this chart, and that's at 174.139, and I'm expecting this to float around here on the daily chart, maybe retest that high, and then give us a kickback. If you look at the bottom of the chart, the MACD does not indicate that this wants to come down, and the Williams percentage R indicator is still above the negative 20 line, but barely, and looks to be maybe pointing to the downside a little bit, so we might see a retrace on this time frame, which is the daily chart. However, I don't expect it. I'm expecting this to go sideways for a couple of days, but we'll see what happens. It's not going to affect our trades on the lower time frames as we just remain bullish. All right, here's the pound yen 60-minute chart. Everything is set up for us. Basically, we had the move yesterday. The pound yen sold off and basically took hold of itself, came back in late in New York, and now we're in the almost middle of the Asia session, and price is showing us two blue candles. So we're going to end up in the Eurozone. I'm hoping at that 173.461, and we could take this up. Our stop is not far below it. It's less than 20, well, it's about 22 pips, and that's going to be at 173.237. And the 200 exponential moving average, which is on the bottom of the chart, really does not look like it's going to affect us in any way at 173.063. However, look at your MACD. MACD is really bearish, and so is your Williams R% indicator. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we get into the London session in about 2.5 hours. Okay, let us go over to the 15-minute chart and see what we have. Okay, this is the beast on the 15-minute chart. This is basically going to be, this just needs to break that resistance level at 173.56, retest it, and then give us our trade to the upside. Normally, if that 200 exponential moving average, which is at 173.494, wasn't there, I would say we can long this now with a bullish candlestick formation, but we do not want to trade into the 200 EMA. If you take a look at your MACD and you take a look at your Williams R% indicator, it is looking good. So we are still bearish on this, but we can't trade into the 200. There's no way. So we'll have to wait for this to break resistance, give us a retest, and then we can take it to the upside about the 173.55 area, 173.60 area. Looks good to me. All right, let us take a look at our second currency pair today, and that is our dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss, this is the daily chart, traders, and this was not an easy chart for me to figure out today. This is absolutely ugly. This chart really is not giving us any kind of solid direction. It had a nice move to the upside, and now it's just really choppy all over the place. My opinion is I think we might have to stay on the sidelines for this currency pair. I don't think it's a good idea to get into this. We're going to have to watch it, though. If you look at your MACD on the bottom of the chart, which is showing that it's coming back to the zero line, and then you look at your Williams R% indicator, and that's going up. So we're getting conflicting stories here, and we really don't want to be trading in that. And this is going to reflect as in our lower time frames. So let's take a look. Here we go. Let's hit the 60-minute chart. And if you take a look at this, we have resistance at the 200 exponential moving average and a Bollinger Band at 0.8962. So we don't want to be trading into that. I put a trend line in there. It's a valid trend line. It's a 4-touch trend line. And what do we see with this? We don't want to be trading into that either. So we're sort of in a situation where either this needs to give us a mighty big pullback, and I don't know if it's going to do that. Now remember, the dollar Swiss and the euro dollar are correlated, so one works reverse of the other. We really need a pullback down to the area of about 0.8935, 8940, where you can see I have my up arrow. So we're going to need a really nice pullback to get into this trade. Otherwise, there's really nothing we can do. We've got two major resistance areas coming up on us, and we don't want to be messing with that. Let's see if we got anything on the 15-minute chart. Well, if you wanted to, you could take, on this 15-minute dollar Swiss chart, we could take this to the upside. The MACD is showing up, the Williams R% is showing up, and we're above the 200 exponential moving average on the 15-minute chart. So I'm saying, okay, we can take this and let's go buy it. So what we're looking for after the London Open, I wouldn't get into this before the London Open, we're looking for a bullish candlestick formation, and we can take this to the upside. So that is really the only time frame that I see a decent trade plan on, as the 1 hour doesn't look good and the daily sure doesn't look good. Maybe we can get something out of the dollar Swiss. Again, watching the euro dollar. If the euro dollar is going in the same direction as the dollar Swiss or vice versa, don't enter the trade and just stay out. All right, traders, again, we're on a Tuesday, second day of our trading week, and on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for being with me today. And remember, the Market Open Preview is brought to you every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll catch you next time, and bye-bye.